close, so it's about getting over the line now and make it happen.
Norway arrives in North America as the 2026 World Cup's most intriguing disruptor, a team that has finally bridged the gap between individual brilliance and collective machinery. After a 28-year absence from the global stage, the Nordic side is no longer just a collection of outliers, but a synchronized unit built to test the world's elite. Under Ståle Solbakken, the team has abandoned the reactive habits of the past in favor of a high-intensity, proactive system designed to impose its will on any opposition. This is not the Norway of the 1990s. It is a calculated, modern iteration that has internalized the cold logic of tournament-level survival. The squad's tactical foundation rests on a high-pressing structure that demands total physical commitment. In the expanded 48-team format, territorial control is the ultimate currency, and Norway has optimized its backline and midfield to force opponents into congested, high-risk corridors. By triggering traps the moment the ball enters the half space, they turn defensive transitions into immediate offensive threats. It is a suffocating front-foot philosophy that requires absolute synchronization. When they move as one, they are a defensive steel trap, forcing rivals to resort to desperation, long balls that play directly into their hands. Erling Haaland is the ultimate fulcrum for this system, acting as a gravitational force that stretches opposing defensive lines to their breaking point. However, the true strength of this roster lies in the distribution network behind him. Haaland-Ødegaard functions as the primary architect, threading passes through seams that appear only for a fraction of a second. This creative engine is augmented by a rotating cast of high-energy midfielders who share the burden of progression, ensuring the attack remains unpredictable. They have evolved beyond the reliance on singular moments of magic, opting instead for a system where success is a byproduct of collective pressure and intelligent movement. Group 1 presents a daunting gauntlet featuring France, Senegal, and Iraq. Success hinges on maintaining this high-octane tempo across a grueling, condensed schedule. Unlike teams that ease into the tournament, the Norwegians have committed to sustained aggression from the opening whistle, aiming to force leads early and dictate the pace of play. They are banking on the reality that physical superiority and tactical discipline can overwhelm sides that rely more on momentum than structural consistency. Beyond the tactical board, there is a profound shift in the team's relationship with the pressure of the international stage. In previous eras, the Norwegian national side often succumbed to a self-fulfilling prophecy of limitation, playing with a visible inferiority complex when pitted against the traditional heavyweights of the UEFA circuit. Today, that narrative has been entirely rewritten. The current generation of players has been forged in the crucible of the most demanding club environments in Europe. They arrive in North America not as visitors, but as peers who believe, fundamentally, that their brand of football is the superior one. This belief is not born of arrogance, but of a decade-long professionalization of the national team infrastructure that has left no stone unturned. The Federation has created a pipeline that ensures the transition from academy prospect to senior international is seamless, prioritizing tactical intelligence alongside raw athleticism. The logistical planning for this tournament reflects this shift in ambition. Recognizing that the vast geography of the host nations, spanning from humid, sea-level coastal hubs to the thin-aired, high-altitude stadiums of the interior, poses a physiological threat, the team has implemented a revolutionary recovery protocol. Every player is equipped with wearable biomonitoring technology that tracks sleep quality, glycogen replenishment, and localized muscular fatigue in real time. This data is fed into a centralized command center where the coaching staff makes daily micro-adjustments to training loads. They have turned the squad into a high-performance laboratory, treating the tournament not as a series of matches, but as a continuous, 7-stage marathon that requires precise energy management. This is the new standard of international football. Success is determined as much by the medical team as it is by the striker's finishing or the midfielder's vision. Furthermore, the team's defensive integrity has been bolstered by a move toward a more flexible, hybrid formation. While many teams remain static in their shape, Norway has developed the capacity to shift from a high-pressure 4-3-3 to a compact, low-block 5-4-1 within seconds of losing possession. This fluidity is the result of thousands of hours spent in repetitive, high-intensity transition drills. The players have been trained to read the visual cues of their opponents, a slight hesitation from a fullback, a pivot from a defensive midfielder, to initiate a coordinated, team-wide movement. The team functions as a single nervous system, where a signal from the captain is felt instantly by the forwards and the defenders alike. The discipline required to maintain this level of coherence for 90 minutes is immense, yet it has become the hallmark of this group's identity. Squad depth has also become a critical asset. The substitutes are not just replacements, they are specialized tools deployed to shift the game's complexion in the final stages. Whether it is adding aerial presence to break down deep-set blocks or providing fresh legs to sustain the press, the bench allows the team to maintain its intensity throughout the full duration of play. This commitment to uniform output, regardless of personnel, has made them a side that opponents view with palpable trepidation. They have cultivated a mindset of next man up responsibility, where the player coming on in the 75th minute carries the exact same weight of accountability as the veteran starting the match. This depth ensures that the drop-off in quality is negligible, a luxury that most international sides do not possess in such an unforgiving format. Internal culture has shifted toward radical ownership. Where previous generations were often fractured by individual frustration, this group operates on immediate, constructive communication. If a defensive line breaks or a pass misses its mark, the correction is instant and communal. This level of self-regulation is the defining hallmark of a championship-caliber team. They have moved past ego-driven constraints to focus on a unified national objective, a shift clearly visible in their swarming recovery runs after every turnover. The psychological barrier of historical underachievement has been cast aside. Through exhaustive tactical simulations and high-pressure training, the coaching staff has fostered a state of subconscious alignment. Players are learning to anticipate movement without hesitation, creating a fluid interaction that makes them exceptionally difficult to solve. They are inoculated against the media noise, protected by a team culture that keeps the focus inward. As the tournament progresses and the stakes climb, the mental toughness of this side will be their ultimate test. They will encounter moments where the fatigue of the long season and the weight of national expectations collide. Yet, the work they have done off the pitch, the workshops on emotional resilience, and the preparation for the inevitable moments of chaos has created a firewall around the squad's psyche. There is a quiet, simmering confidence in the locker room, a belief that they have not just prepared to compete, but that they have prepared to win. This hunger is fueled by the knowledge that this window of opportunity is precious. They recognize that the alignment of world-class talent like Haaland and Ødegaard is rare, and they are running through walls for one another out of a profound, mutual respect for the singular magnitude of the task. Moreover, the scouting network has provided granular detail on every opponent. The players know the specific triggers of opposing defensive midfielders, the precise moments when a center-back becomes vulnerable, and the habits of every penalty taker. This intellectual preparation removes the element of surprise, allowing them to remain calm even when the game state shifts rapidly. By the time they enter the pitch, the battle has largely been won in the film room and the meeting halls. They are playing a game of chess while their opponents are still trying to figure out the rules. Beyond this, the team has embraced the unique cultural experience of playing across diverse American cities, viewing the travel and the varied fan atmospheres not as obstacles, but as fuel. They are eager to embrace the pressure, seeing it as the validation of years of hard labor in anonymity. The players have internalized the concept that every individual action, a recovery run, a closing down sprint, or a clever flick in the final third, contributes to a larger narrative of national resurgence. They are fully aware of the legacy they are building. They are not simply playing for themselves, but for the next generation of children kicking a ball on the frost-bitten fields of Norway. This deeper connection to their roots provides a bedrock of emotional stability that serves them well during the high-pressure moments of the knockout stages. They have found that the more they trust in their collective process, the more the game slows down, allowing them to make split-second decisions with an eerie, composed clarity. This is a squad that has moved past the desire to merely prove their talent and has arrived at the stage of proving their character. Every session on the training pitch is designed to replicate the tension of a tournament final, ensuring that when the moment arrives, the environment feels familiar. They are not merely relying on their physical gifts, they are relying on their ability to stay connected under extreme duress. Their mental agility matches their physical speed, creating a team that is as smart as it is fast. By the time the final whistle blows on their group stage campaign, They intend to have the rest of the world asking themselves how such a compact nation managed to produce such a monolith of footballing efficiency. As the world turns its eyes to this Norwegian side, they will see a team not merely participating, but seeking to dismantle the established order. They represent a masterclass in how a nation can rise when it aligns elite talent with a rigorous, evidence-based tactical framework. The pressure to validate this evolution is immense, but the infrastructure they have constructed is the most resilient in the country's history. Every whistle, every tackle, and every tactical shift is part of a master plan aimed at the ultimate prize. The theory is finished, the training is complete, and the stage is finally set. The North has arrived, and they have brought with them the relentless, clinical pursuit of history. The transition from observer to contender is complete, and the final chapter of this journey begins now. It is go time.